Namaste everybody. I'm Isha Lal, your holistic wellness coach, and today I want to talk about this topic of endometriosis, which not only has a physical impact on a woman's body, but it also has a social and psychological impact. Well, sometimes it is not just the pain that a woman feels during a menstrual cycle. It is also the pain during sexual intercourse and the fear of being infertile. Let's dive into this topic of endometriosis. Let's understand some basics first. The inside lining of your uterus is called as endometrium. Now, when this tissue, this lining starts to grow beyond the uterus in the areas like ovaries and sometimes reaching till the pelvic region is when the problem starts to begin. अब menstrual cycle में होता क्या है that this tissue will grow, enlarge, it will break apart and it will shed. But what about this extra lining or extra tissue that has been covering the areas which do not belong to the uterus? That is when the problem starts to worsen. Now, the blood that is shed during the menstrual cycle, it comes out in a normal way from your uterus. But with this extra tissue, extra lining, where will this tissue go? Where will this blood go? And that is the problem in endometriosis. Now this menstrual blood has nowhere to go and this tissue gets trapped in the pelvic region. This results in the inflammation of the pelvic area. Sometimes it leads to scarring, it leads to lesions, and because of that, there is discomfort, there is irritation around the pelvic region, and of course, terrible pain during your menstrual cycle. What are a few known symptoms of endometriosis? Terrible back pain during your menstrual cycle. The other one that is very common is extreme menstrual cramps, which are unbearable to deal with. There are times when a woman has to go through heavy bleeding that you have to change your pads 6-7 times a day. There are also times when while peeing and pooping you will feel the blood coming out during evacuation. Not just this, painful sex and at times having that feeling of not being able to conceive, the problem of infertility. These are the symptoms of endometriosis. Let's bust a few myths around endometriosis. The first one is endometriosis is trivial. Well, it is definitely not trivial. Endometriosis is misdiagnosed most of the times, and at times you are told, oh, heavy bleeding during periods, ये तो normal है. Pain हो रहा है periods के time, this is also normal. But a person who is going through this pain, you do not know what the pain is like. So stop commenting like this unless you know that the person is going through that tremendous pain. Also, the symptoms of endometriosis resemble symptoms of IBS, pelvic inflammation and ovarian cyst at times. So, many times there is a misdiagnosis, as I said, and if you have to go 3, 4, 5, 6 times to figure out what the condition is of your body, if you have to go to your physician or multiple physicians at times, please do go and get it checked properly. Sometimes the diagnosis can take years, but be patient with yourself because your health is a matter of concern. The second myth is endometriosis growth is cancerous. No, this is not cancerous at all, but if you do not treat your endometriosis, it can become very painful. The third myth is endometriosis can be cured permanently. Well, there is no permanent cure for endometriosis, but definitely with the help of your physician, with the help of your wellness coach, you can figure out remedies, you can figure out treatments that can help manage your symptoms and make you feel better. Living with pain and discomfort is definitely not the choice. There is no cure for endometriosis as such, but doctors would recommend medication or surgery depending on your situation. In mild cases, over-the-counter painkillers do help. In some cases, you would want to go with the hormonal therapy, which helps reduce the estrogen levels in the body so that your periods pain less and there is less bleeding. This will also ensure that there is less inflammation, less scarring and less cyst formation. In only very critical cases, your doctor would recommend you to go for a surgery. And in those cases, post-surgery, the drawback is you would not be able to conceive and become a mother later on. But most importantly, it is so essential to incorporate lifestyle changes which can go a long way in managing your symptoms. And one of the ways is to include foods that fight inflammation and keep your pain at bay. To fight inflammation and pain caused by endometriosis, it is so essential that you eat nutrition-dense foods and diet that is primarily plant-based. So how do I categorize these foods? The first is include fibrous-rich foods in your diet. Number 2, include iron-rich foods like dark green leafy vegetables. It's the season of green leafy vegetables. Add those. Number 3 is the foods that are rich in good fat, omega-3. And number 4, add variety and colors, the colorful vegetables and fruits and which are rich in high antioxidants. Make sure how your body acts when you eat certain foods. Maintaining a journal really helps. And sometimes considering a registered dietitian and a nutrition coach will help you understand your body, and you can get a diet plan according to your needs. One size doesn't fit all these days. So make sure you have something that is specifically designed for you as per your needs and choices. Another thing to remember is if you are suffering from endometriosis, limit your intake of caffeine and alcohol. They are the triggers in the body which worsen the condition. Other thing to remember is indulging in an exercise routine. Whenever you indulge in an exercise, be it walk, be it jog, be it dancing for that matter, it enhances the circulation in your body. And when the oxygen reaches all the organs in your body, you feel more energized and stress-free in those areas of the body as well. And hence the pain will reduce. Also, whenever you exercise, there is release of the chemical messenger endorphin, which makes the pain less, and you will feel more happy after your exercise regime. Stressing less by indulging in self-care is my personal way of keeping menstrual pain away. So how do I indulge in self-care? I go for weekly massages. So you people can also indulge in weekly or bi-weekly massage. Or sometimes I enjoy my time where I'm sipping a herbal tea, reading or watching something that I enjoy. Self-care is really important. Dipping your feet in warm water at the end of the day is also a simple way of keeping bodily stress and mental stress away. Endometriosis is definitely not easy. Some people face symptoms early, some people face symptoms later. But these symptoms cannot be ignored. And sometimes the diagnosis can take longer than the usual. So, as I said before, be patient with yourself and give yourself time until you figure out that you are suffering from endometriosis. Don't live with pain and discomfort. And also what I would like to recommend is once you have figured out your problem, please pay attention to that. Talk with your doctor or meet with a holistic wellness coach and figure out a plan that is tailor-made for you and works for your wellness. Stay tuned. Till then, namaste.